Welcome back to this playthrough of Seablock and TSM, episode 28, I believe. I did a couple of things between the last episode, mainly adding a buffer to the production here of, was that the zinc, I want to say? Or maybe that's the zinc, so the nickel. The zinc didn't really need it. I've also extended the invar and the bronze plate it is that we made, wasn't it? And I used the bots to move all of these over, so they have actually proved a little bit useful. What else did I do? Oh yes, I added an inline pipe, tank to the ferric chloride to force more of the sodium hydroxide to be produced, so that would make some aluminium. Not that it has actually made that many red circuits, but it has probably made enough for another roboport if that's what we want, but there's other things we might want as well. And finally I extended down here, I extended this down here, and there's some friends over here and there's some friends over here, and if you notice, if we stand round about here, they wake up. I don't know if they're in range of our gun. No, they're not in range of our little pistol, but we've done no military stuff whatsoever. But now that we have all of these resources, or at the bottom of the bus here, we can start making the military, which was the intention. Was the intention of building the invar and the brass in the first place. Sorry, I called it bronze. It's brass. I better make sure that is exactly what we need. Yes, brass and invar. Okay. This one's probably slightly easier to make, but we'll make it after the military. It's not that I fear these worms. They're only little ones, I think. Bob's enemy's small worm. Yeah, they're probably not that bad, but weapons can we produce? We can produce a gun turret Mark II. Range 18. I don't know if that's enough range. Range 19. I'd really quite like to get the sniper turrets though, because that would make mincemeat of those things. So, the purpose of this episode is to try and advance our science. And/or the mall probably needs some more stuff as well, in particular inserters and maybe the red undergrounds, red belt undergrounds. Sorry, just having a coffee. Alright, so if we are making this science, we should probably start with the notion that we're going to need a bunch of these guys. I can make one. What are we going to be short of? Iron, no doubt. Yeah, iron. Quickly. So, let's come up to here. Grab some of our iron. Full, isn't it? Oh no, it's not full. So we are still generating the sodium hydroxide. Good. That gives us... Oh, we can actually make the level 3 machines. I guess we'll stick to just using the level 1s unless we need the higher ones. Just because they're a lot cheaper to build. And if we come out to... right, we're going to have to kind of build ourselves in as far as... I mean, I suppose I could run science up here, but I'm kind of thinking I'd run it around this side. In any event, let's start with the notion that, say, there is going to be the ablative weapons testing. So that has 2 components. And we'll start again with the idea that we can potentially build them in direct feed into here. No idea. Actually, this is probably silly. We're probably going to need more than one. Let's just go to the next part. So we need these, and we need the testing modules. Right. Okay. So maybe I should do a more traditional build and then have several of these. How long does it take to craft? 10 seconds to make 2. So traditionally you'd have about 5, but we probably don't need that many. We take 1 of each in 10 seconds, which doesn't seem like a lot. These guys, or thanks angels, or actually this isn't angels. Science cost tweaker. So you need 7 of those. Brief. The weapon testing subplate. Right, how about we do something like so we'll direct supply the weapon testing subplate, assuming we can build it. Yes, we can. To the kinetic test target plating recipe. Hopefully that works out okay. So you guys need just brass and invar. So perhaps I'll make a brass and invar. I'm going to need more. I also need to think about the possible need in the not too distant future for using yellow belts instead of the belts that we're currently using. Okay. We can replace bits of this like so. As long as that's within 4, so that can get over it, yes. All good. Is that 2? Oops. Come down. Oh, fantastic. We already have the first one of our resources, and yes, we do need inserters on the belt. Okay, that's those. Then you need steel, brass, and invar. Maybe we could supply the brass and invar. Maybe I need to draw them again. It's only 1 of each, isn't it? Oh, we've got a waste byproduct. Hang on, guys. What the hell are you doing? I've never had a waste byproduct from science before. Um... E. That didn't work. What's this science called? Ablative weapons testing. And already I can't find it. Yep, it's none of those. Alright. What about kinetic? Hey. No. Doesn't appear to be here, so I'm not actually sure if NEI is failing me. Waste byproduct. There. It is in here, it's just the indexing is not complete. Is there any uses for it? Oh, you can turn it into more copper ore and iron ore. That's interesting. Anyway, we need... I don't actually know how I'm going to do this at this point. We need two belts along here. Oops. Good grief. And a further belt for output. So I guess the top one can be a copy of this concoction. Put that there for now. Maybe I need personal bots really. I could pick up the bots and bring them down here. Make some of these constructions just ever so slightly easier. Gonna need a lot of these. Actually, how much do the zone extenders cost? Not that much. 3 Roboport antenna arrays. It's still 5 advanced circuits each. It's 15 advanced circuits for one. Yeah. Let's just bring the Roboport down. It can help me build this. I'm really not going to need anything from these 2 rows. It would be more useful if it was over this way. Alright, so you need some belt, and some of that, some of that, some of that. And then you can build that nonsense for me. Okay, so that takes care of our brass and invar. The other things that we needed were steel, which is this one here, I believe. And that can come in here. Let's get some more of those undergrounds. They're proving very useful. That's the steel. Actually, the inside ones have the longest, don't they? So, this will actually be putting the resource onto the belt, and then those all need to have a little bit of the Bob's treatment. Let's start with one of these. So we need to pick up from back there and drop off up there. Now this one needs to, actually that's fine. This one needs to pick up from there. And you can do that, and in actual fact, that should be everything, except we're missing something over here. What are we missing? Oh, these aren't connected. That's all we're missing. So, that means we have a mixed line here. And we will need to deal with that somehow. You're getting waste, and you're getting waste, so you need somewhere to put your waste as well. We're going to have to use filter inserters because I didn't realize you had waste as well. 1, 2, 3, and we are short of green circuits. Four. Awkward. Alright, you're going there. And that means that you will have to drop far. And your product will be the waste, which is right there. What's this? Coppery waste. Let's have some near drops. That seems to be a substantial amount of waste product. You need to do a filter. Let's put the waste, I guess, there. And for now, waste can be siphoned off, and this is our product. Let's put a fish there just to keep the end of that line. Okay. Coppery waste goes that way. This is the first product of our 2 products for the science. So the second one is the weapons testing module, which needs the weapons testing circuit, which needs the weapons testing board, which needs a basic circuit board. Basic circuit board. Right. Basic circuit board. Problem with these symbols is they all start looking very similar. Very quickly. When am I going to get attention from these guys? Hopefully not immediately, because we're not quite ready for them. We have one of these things, like we have this on the bus. I just want to check what it is, because I'm not 100% sure. It is these things, which is the basic circuit board, which is what we need. So we need to just extend this one to our build. All the way down here. And build is, you need that and you need carbon. So our carbon, I think this is the carbon. They'll make the board. The board takes 1 second craft time. So we probably only need one. This one is a 2 second craft time. May need 2 of those. And this one is a 3 second craft time. So we may need 3. 1 to 2 to 3. Okay. What else do you need? So you need carbon. You need carbon and electronic circuits, and you need even more carbon and electronic circuits. It's just hiding from you that it's using a lot of green circuits. All right. 2. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3. Kind of an ideal ratio if try and use ratios. What are we short of? We're short of iron again. Okay, so 1 comes 2 comes 3, except I've somehow got to get all of the required belts to all these things. Let's see if we can make this work. Okay, so what else do you need? You need carbon. So everything needs carbon, right? You need carbon as well. Okay, so the carbon... Does anybody need that much carbon? That's the question. Oh, yes, you need a lot of carbon. Okay. You need carbon. You need carbon. What else do you need? You need the basic circuit boards. No one else needs that, right? No, so you're the only one that needs basic circuit boards, so we may as well feed that directly here. For example. Put them down there. And I should probably put... I should start making the better... Because the one size better, that would have actually covered the entire thing. Cheap that it is. Okay, that's one ingredient. So what else do you guys need? You need carbon and you need green circuits. Okay. Well, what we could do is actually move all of these guys over. So they're over here. And then I could run carbon down the middle, perhaps. Oh. Maybe I could make it 2 spaces. Would that be better? And then I'm going to be using extreme inserters to... Yeah, we could try that. I could move it 1. So basically the idea is there is... carbon going down there, although it's probably not being supplied fast enough. Maybe green circuits coming up from down here. I know we have green circuits on the bus. We're going to probably have to amp up their production for this to work. And 3. Something like that, and you are these guys. Okay, so you need to... this is going to be awkward, isn't it? I need you to... Okay, let's give you a wonky inserter. or your green circuits that does that. And another inserter here that will give you your carbon. Then you can have an inserter. Will that reach? Not actually sure if this is going to reach. Look like it, does it? This design is not going to work. Okay. All right, it's not going to work. Room. If we had this coming down here, we now have the ability for carbon to be fed into both of these machines, so we don't need carbon there. We only need these one further over. So the green circuits can still go up like so. Carbon can come off like that. Deliver there. Up from there. Green circuits from there. There. No. Something like that, so that we can have an inserter there, an inserter there, an inserter there. Already inserted there. Maybe slightly funky at the end. No, you're already picking up. Once again, with these things, you're also going to need some carbon. I doubt actually that this one line of carbon is going to power this all up. And you're obviously dropping far. And you all both. Except you are also picking up way over here. Does this madness work? Oh. Yeah, let's have some waste product as well. Let's have some... Oh, how silly of me to think I had a possibility of getting this to work. This is just not going to work when we've got waste product to get rid of as well. Start again. What we will do is we will have the basic machine here, in line with that lot for whatever it's worth. If I can see it, there it is. You will make that one. You have your carbon coming across the top. That's fine. Now, this needs to be a filter. We seem to have precious few of again. You just make the waste byproduct. Okay, let's pick up the waste byproduct. You're going to go that way. You're going to go this way. We're going to need to have these guys basically go like this from now on. You are the second part of the process. Gonna need the green circuits up. Rather than way down here. They're gonna have to come along here. And we need that, and we need that. Green circuits. Oh. Do a split off there. Right, you guys. Pick up from there. filter inserters again. Pick up from there, drop off there. And what products do you have? Both of these weird products. So that one, that one. That can go that way. The drop-offs, otherwise, they better be filter inserters as well, to be sure. Drop off further. Product is the science, that one. Okay, so that then leaves us with the 3. And you guys are doing this one. Similar but different. So the drop off, I guess, is going to end up being close. We need to extend this by a little bit so that we can have your pickups of a suitable range. That's 2. So the other product you're getting it from here. But your long distance drop of waste, we could have it there. We need one in the middle. And they also need to be filters. I keep forgetting that. Get a few more. Let's have a sip of coffee. I have to tell you guys, before I started looking at this, I thought, oh, look, I'll just, I will do this in, why are we having trouble copying you? Have I forgotten how to copy inserters now? Oh, you're not a filter yet. That's half the problem. There we go. That's better. Right. So for this to work, we obviously need this to jump over. That's actually the output, so let's sort that out now. You're producing this product. And the one that's coming along here is actually an input. With long pickup. That's waste for further processing. And then we are going to here. Reasons of tidiness. that are completely unimportant. We will do that. And now, these things should be able to produce. They're not getting your boards, why not? There we go. Green circuit production is woeful. That's the next problem. Why? No lead. Why is lead production woeful? Or lead ore. Crushed rubite. Mineral sludge, nothing. There is nothing mineral sludge happening here. Mineralized water is maxed. The crystal slurry is not. Are you jammed with something? No, you've got tons of heavy mud water. Somewhere to put your mud. Is it just you can't unload fast enough? I did have this thing stopping these guys, but it seemingly is redundant. It's like right about now we just need to get that product out of there. I had an initial issue with the thing jamming up, but that doesn't really seem to be the case anymore. One is the blue consumer, this one. Because I could probably, or should probably, pull back further so that it's not just the inventory in here that is able to use this stuff. There you go, empty. Are we getting lead now? Yes, but not in huge volumes. Okay, never mind. That's nicely banked up, I like that. That's the sodium hydroxide for the aluminium process. And we can now build our science at long last. How long does the science actually take? It takes 10 seconds. A few more of the science machines. We've probably overspec'd this build in terms of our earlier builds, but I should probably go back and respec them. In theory we can do 5, but I'm only going to do 4. And and we have to find a way of increasing our green science build, green circuit build, sorry. More power poles. Not power poles, we need iron. endlessly more iron. And we need a process for reprocessing all of this. And we probably want to go drop near. You can drop near. How are we doing for time? We're about at time. Have we actually produced any science yet? You don't quite have enough. I probably have some of these boards that you need. No. You need... Where's the ablative thing? There it is. You need that. Yes, green circuits is clearly a major issue here. A handful coming down. What is it? Just because we only have one tiny little machine at the end of this line? Is that the reason? It's waiting on basic electronic board, which is waiting on no, it's because of the lead. So we're going to have to boost our lead supply. We're going to have to revamp all of this significantly, which also means that we're going to run into some more small worms and maybe even a patch of a lot of small worms. We're going to have to deal with them in the very near future as well. All things to look forward to shortly. Thanks for joining me for this. Look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye-bye for now.